Based on Phil Neville's comments about Facebook likes earlier, we're not even going to go there in terms of the handshake. But in terms of United's performance tonight, how good were they?
They were sensational, I thought particularly their attitude in the first 20, 30 minutes and the pace they had up front with Martial and Rashford. I know Danny Higginbotham gave Martial the man of the match, probably because he played the 90 minutes, but I thought Rashford was absolutely sensational too. And I think when you talk about can United go on four fronts, I think with this squad, I think they can.
Yeah, they couldn't live with United in that first half, and Phil says Rashford there, he really spearheaded it, and that back through being tormented early on by him.
Yeah, and it was just a sheer mentality of Man United. You know, if they turn up without that, then maybe there's a little bit of an evening for Burton, but they didn't right from the start. You know, they were very, very dominant. The way they did things, there was a real strong mentality and a strong intensity about it. Great play, and just the front three, if you like, or the front two, just the way they moved and the pace, and they just caused the Burton back three, if you like. You know, just some real horrible decisions to make. You know, do you go in and press them? Do you drop off them and you see goals going in by not doing either?
And what you're looking for, Phil, in a game like this, and a game they're expected to win, is for the attitude of all the starters to be spot on, and it was, wasn't it?
It was, and Rashford in particular, he plays on the left-hand side a lot in Premier League games, European games, but this was an opportunity for him to play centre-forward, the position he wants to play. And I thought his movement, his speed, I thought he absolutely petrified the back three. This was brilliant. The defender didn't go in with him. We know he's got that ability, he's got great technique on his finishing. And I think the one thing I thought at the start of the season, he's got to add goals to his game. Looks like he has done.
He certainly has, and what a night it was for Anthony Martial as well. I know there's a little bit of disagreement about whether he got man of the match, but he did get a goal, and he caused them all kinds of problems as well. And it's only his third start of the season. He needed some confidence. He got it tonight, didn't he?
Yeah, and he's had a little bit of a tough start at Man United, hasn't he? He hasn't really lived up to quite his potential at the moment, or what he showed abroad, but tonight I thought he was fantastic. Some of his footwork, some of the trickery, you know, the way he exploded into space and the link-up play. But, you know, I thought he was absolutely, you know, superb this evening.
And he linked up in that third goal that went to Lingard. You're not having it in terms of it being Lingard's goal. There's no disputing the quality of the build-up.
No, the quality of the build-up. Carrick, who was just typical Michael Carrick. He didn't break sweat all night. Martial on that left-hand side. Look, I thought what he did tonight, that he's doing in every game I've seen him this season, he's playing with confidence, he's trying things, the quick feet, the movement, the skill. I still think that could be going wider, even the keeper could save it, but it's about the feet movement of Martial. Gary said it, about the confidence. Look, the drag, the 1-2, and look, Jesse will take it because that's what players do in that situation, but unlucky deflection. But it was all about Martial. There was very little to choose between Martial and Rashford, and at the moment they're playing for that one position on the left-hand side. It was almost a competition between them.
And he gets his goal in the 60th minute. That tough love we talked about last season from Mourinho. Is this proof tonight that it's worked?
I think it is. I think these games are about attitude, and he probably could have scored 3 or 4 tonight, couldn't he?
Yeah, he could have done, yeah, absolutely. And like you say, that there was that real little bit about them that were almost saying, you know what, you're going to have to pick me after this Saturday. And we see it so often, don't we, where players get an opportunity. Certainly as a manager, sometimes you get so disappointed if they don't do enough to warrant that chance. But tonight, you know, every single United player, particularly the front ones, were almost knocking on the door saying, you know, you've got to play me after that type of game.
And at half-time, from a Burton perspective, you're worried. You're thinking this could be a cricket score. It was a lot better second half. I mean, 1-1 if you look at it purely from a second-half point of view, and that Lloyd Dyer goal right at the end. It does mean that your old side takes something positive away from tonight, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I think if you look at the second half, the character they showed to stay in the game and not allow the score to build up, they dropped in a little bit deeper. But actually had probably just as many chances. I mean, you know, I'm sure Man United would be disappointed with a goalkeeper there that came on as sub, which we weren't quite sure about. But Lloydie finished it off. He was a standout player for me for the evening for Burton, and I think Nigel will be pleased that at least at the end, you know, they finish on a little bit of a positive from the evening.
You'd have taken 4-1, wouldn't you, at half-time, given the way it was looking?
Absolutely. Like I said, they dropped into space. They condensed the game a little bit in their half, and it was, you know, they almost just really wanted to make it a little bit more difficult to add to that scoreline.
So Burton carry on their record of having never made it past the third round, but United are through once again. So too their city rivals Manchester City. Chelsea have gone through tonight, Arsenal as well, all of which means it is time for the draw for the 4th round of this year's Carabao Cup. Let's head over to Sky Sports News for that all-important draw.